G'day folks, Jim Langlands here from FX Charts with the currency outlook for the Finance News Network for Thursday the 28th of June. Currency markets really have meandered sideways today ahead of the EU Leaders Summit due to start later on in the session. Most of the currencies haven't done an awful lot at all really. The euro for the second day in a row it's been down to sort of 124.40 area. I think 124.45 was today's low. It's bounced from there and it's now at 124.65. Not doing an awful lot, but it feels heavy against the background of some pessimism of any lack of any real action or progress coming out of the meeting later on. So 125 continues to cap it, and there's reasonable resistance up to 125.20. Don't really think that we're going to see that in the next few hours, and it looks as though we'll be around here when Europe eventually opens later on. Likewise, dollar yen, that's traded range bound either side of 79.5. It's currently towards the top end of the range at 79.80 or 79.70, I should say, and it doesn't really look going anywhere too fast, too far at the moment. And maybe we may see a test of 80, but it looks pretty doubtful there'll be sellers between 80 and 80.10. Cable, that's a little bit lower today, following some stop loss selling. Got down, knocked down through 156 and then down through 156.70. Saw a low of 155.70. Saw a low of 155.45, but it's now bounced to back to 155.70, and it looks to be sitting happily around there. And I don't think we're going to see any movement in either direction really between now and when Europe open. Aussie and Kiwi, likewise, they've done they were a little bit softer earlier in the session, but they've bounced back and they're both up near their highs. Aussie's at 100.80, Kiwi's at 79.15. Don't really think we're going to see an awful lot of action. There's some minor data out from Australia and New Zealand this morning, but I don't think it's going to really push the currency in either direction. And we may see a test over the next 24 hours. A little bit higher, but the momentum on the charts is pointing a little bit higher. But between 101 and 101.40, I think there'll be good sellers. Right now, though, 100.50 to 101 looks to be the range for the Aussie, and for the Kiwi, 78.85 to 79.35 should cover it. All in all, it looks like it's going to be a pretty quiet session throughout Asia, and we won't really see any action probably for the next 24 hours until we start getting some press headlines from the summit. So that's really about it today. There's a little bit of data out. We've got German unemployment, US GDP, and I think EU consumer confidence comes out later on. So that might push the currencies around in the short term, but ultimately the real focus is going to be on the EU summit. So that's really about it. If you want a more comprehensive outlook on the markets, as usual, go to the website www.fxcharts.com.au. That aside, just remember that, as usual, any outlook here is a personal view only and is not intended to be used as trading advice. So that's really all. Have a very good day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Cheers.